Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the IntelliBooks Studio Podcast. Today, we're talking about the Home Insurance Advisor Agent. And honestly, this one tackles a problem almost everybody recognizes. Buying home insurance can feel slow, confusing, and way too manual.
Yeah, exactly. Customers often run into long forms, unclear coverage choices, and delayed approvals. And on the insurer side, it's not simple either. Teams still have to validate property details, assess risk, support underwriting, check compliance, calculate premiums from approved rate tables, and generate the final documents.
Right. So the big idea here is not just, a nicer front end. It's an enterprise AI agent that manages the insurance journey end to end through one natural conversation.
That's the goal. A customer can just say, I want home insurance for my home in Florida. And instead of being dropped into a giant application, the agent starts a guided conversation. It collects customer details, property information, occupancy details, and the required consent in a much more natural way.
And while that conversation is happening, IntelliBooks Studio is already working in the background, right?
Exactly. It can validate the property address and enrich the application with external risk signals, like flood zone information and estimated rebuild cost. According to official emergency management guidance, flood map data is a core input for understanding flood exposure, and rebuild cost matters because insuring a home is really about what it would cost to repair or rebuild it, not just its market price. So yeah, that extra context is a huge deal.
That's interesting because a lot of people mix up home value with rebuild value.
They do, and that misunderstanding can create bad coverage decisions. So after the intake step, the underwriting engine evaluates eligibility, applies underwriting rules, and assesses the property's risk profile. The nice part is that the agent can also explain why certain risks affect the recommendation, which makes the process feel a lot more transparent.
And let's talk about pricing, because that part matters a lot.
Totally. One important point is that the AI does not invent premiums. It doesn't just make up a price. The platform calculates pricing using approved insurance rate tables, which helps keep quotes accurate, compliant, and regulator aligned. That distinction is actually huge.
Yeah. That's a really important boundary. So once pricing is ready, the agent becomes more of an advisor than just a quote screen.
Exactly. Instead of throwing one option at the customer, it can present three choices: essential, recommended, and premium. Then it explains the trade-offs based on the home and the customer's protection needs. I mean, that's much closer to how a strong human advisor would guide the conversation.
And if the customer picks one, let's say the recommended plan, what happens next?
Then the agent continues with compliance validation, fraud screening, document verification, and any additional underwriting checks needed before the policy is bound. If supporting material is required, like a roof inspection report, the system can collect and analyze that too.
Right.
Once approved, the customer can authorize payment. The platform processes it securely, binds the policy, generates a policy number, and activates coverage. Then, if the customer asks for documents, the agent can generate the declaration page, binder, disclosures, invoice, and other required policy paperwork almost instantly.
That's fast. But I also like that this isn't pretending automation solves everything.
Exactly. If a case falls outside standard underwriting guidelines, it gets routed to a human underwriter with the full application history, evidence, and audit trail preserved. So the human expert stays in the loop where judgment is actually needed.
So the result is faster service for customers and less repetitive work for insurers.
Yes, customers get personalized recommendations, clearer explanations, and a policy completed in minutes. Insurers get automation across intake, enrichment, underwriting support, compliance, fraud checks, payment processing, document generation, and issuance, while every action is recorded for governance and regulator-ready auditing.
And that really sums it up. The IntelliBooks Studio Home Insurance Advisor Agent is more than a chatbot. It's a full enterprise AI agent built to understand needs, evaluate risk, recommend coverage, support compliance, issue policies, and generate the required documents through one seamless experience.
That's the power of IntelliBooks Studio, turning complex home insurance operations into intelligent, automated customer experiences. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.